attack. Anthony turns the corner. Off the glass. He banked it in.
Cole Hilton Anthony, born May 15, 2000. Cole Anthony was supposed to be the next one, a basketball lifer groomed for greatness whose very bloodline hinted at NBA success. His father, Greg Anthony, carved out an 11-year NBA career as a steady point guard, and from early on, Cole seemed destined to not just follow, but far surpass him. In high school, he dominated New York's tough basketball scene with a flashy, relentless scoring style that made him the #1 ranked point guard in the country. His senior year at Oak Hill Academy, he led the Warriors in points, assists, and rebounds, a rare trifecta that secured him the McDonald's All-American, the game's MVP honors, and a ticket to North Carolina, the bluest of blue bloods. At UNC, he arrived with a one-and-done label already stitched to his jersey. Even after suffering a partially torn meniscus mid-season, Cole returned in time to post strong numbers, averaging 18.5 points per game, enough to confirm his lottery-level draft stock. Scouts raved about his scoring instincts, his quickness in space, and a deep bag of offensive tricks that hinted at a future All-Star. A slight slide to the 15th pick felt more like a steal for Orlando than a warning sign, and at first it seemed like the Magic had found their next face of the franchise. Cole showed flashes of lead guard dominance, delivering high-scoring games, buzzer beaters, and a magnetic confidence that energized a rebuilding Orlando roster desperate for identity. Over his first 2 seasons, he improved statistically, tightening some of his decision-making and becoming a reliable source of offense. But something quietly shifted. By his 3rd year, his minutes began dipping. His starting role faded to a 6-man spark plug, his influence on the team's future started shrinking, and in the 2024 NBA playoffs, when the franchise he was once supposed to help rescue played its most important game of the season, Cole Anthony logged just 2 minutes, a ghost of the player Orlando once visioned leading them into the new era. What happened to Cole Anthony? How did one of the most promising young point guards of his class, a player bred for stardom, fall so far so fast? The answer lies in the subtle gaps that were there from the beginning, gaps that widened over time until the star that once burned so brightly was suddenly fighting to stay on the court. What happened? Let's talk about it. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth. Let's get it, man. Take a minute to like, subscribe, and comment on who I should do next. Cole Anthony is a 6'2" point guard from Portland, Oregon who moved to Manhattan, New York at an early age. Born into the game as the son of longtime NBA point guard Greg Anthony, Cole was surrounded by high-level basketball from the start. His upbringing in New York's competitive basketball scene helped sharpen the aggressive scoring instincts that made him one of the most electrifying young guards in the country. Early mixtapes from his Archbishop Malloy days, where you could see his confidence grow, fearlessly attacking defenders and flashing the same quick-twitch explosiveness that would later define his game. After dominating the local circuit, he transferred to powerhouse Oak Hill Academy for his senior season. There, he averaged a triple-double, 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists, and was named a McDonald's All-American and the game's MVP, cementing his status as the top point guard prospect entering college. Stunt number 1, never truly evolved as a point guard. From early on, Cole Anthony was a scorer at heart. That's what made him so fun to watch in high school, a fearless, dynamic guard who could get a bucket from anywhere. But the same instincts that made him electric as a teenager quietly hinted at an issue that would follow him into the pros. He never truly developed the natural feel needed to run an offense at the NBA level. At Archbishop Malloy, at Oak Hill, even at North Carolina, Cole played a style where he was given the ball and told to go make something happen. The offense often revolved around him scoring first, passing second. It worked when he was the best athlete on the floor. In the NBA, where the game is faster, bigger, and more structured, it exposed limitations in his court vision and decision-making that he never fully corrected. During his early seasons in Orlando, the Magic experimented with letting Cole run the show. There were moments it worked, game winners, hot shooting stretches, but there were also too many games where the offense stalled under his command. His assist-to-turnover ratio stayed average, and when the Magic's roster grew more talented, it became clear they needed a steadier hand at point guard to complement their young core. Cole's natural scoring ability wasn't enough to mask the struggles. In today's NBA, where lead guards are expected to orchestrate, manipulate defenses, and create easy looks for others, he often looked more like a scoring combo guard trapped in a point guard's body. The flashes of brilliance were still there, but flashes don't win games consistently. For Orlando, it became a question of fit, and Cole slowly started sliding down the depth chart behind players with more traditional point guard instincts. Stunt number 2, stuck between guard roles in the modern NBA. One of the biggest challenges for Cole Anthony has been that he doesn't neatly fit into either guard role in today's NBA. He's not quite a true point guard, and he's not a pure shooting guard either, leaving him caught in the middle where specialists and role players often get stuck. At 6'2", Cole is already on the smaller side for the league's modern guards. Cole played bigger than he was. When the physical matchup started stacking up against him, the size disadvantage showed, especially defensively. That created lineup issues. Too small to guard shooting guards consistently, but not enough a pure point guard to run the offense full time. His best skills, quick scoring bursts, and shot making didn't mask his weaknesses well enough. I always believed his path would be as a future star in the league, not a dynamic six-man who could catch fire off the bench. Orlando didn't draft him 15th overall just to be a spark plug. They envisioned a future lead guard, but now not so much. As the Magic build around bigger, more versatile ball handlers like Paolo Banchero and Jalen Suggs, the need for a score-first, undersized guard shrank. Cole's outside shot stayed inconsistent, hovering around 33% from deep, and his in-between role made it tough for coaches to trust him in long stretches. In a league that rewards size, versatility, and switchability, being caught between guard roles ended up costing Cole his long-term spot with Orlando's core. Stunt number 3, the rise of Orlando's core without him. Sometimes a player's fall isn't just about their own mistakes, it's about the team growing in a different direction without them. That's what happened to Cole Anthony in Orlando. When he first arrived, the Magic were a team searching for identity. They had no true cornerstone and no clear future star. Cole's energy, his swagger, and his ability to create his own shot gave them something to believe in during those early rough seasons. I remember thinking Orlando might actually build around him, let him make his mistakes, and grow into their long-term lead guard. But then the franchise shifted. Paolo arrived and changed everything. A 6'10" playmaking forward who could create offense for himself and others at an elite level. Around the same time, Franz Wagner emerged as another oversized ball handler who could slide between multiple positions and keep the offense moving. Markelle Fultz finally got healthy enough to reestablish himself as a steady hand at point guard, even though that failed. Jalen Suggs brought tough defense and slashing ability. Even rookie Anthony Black entered the picture with more size and ability to not be a mismatch in the other team's favor. Suddenly, Cole wasn't the future anymore. He was just another guard in a crowded backcourt. And worse, his style didn't fit the patient, share-the-ball identity Orlando was leaning toward. His defensive limitations, his streaky outside shooting, and his score-first mentality stuck out even more on a team emphasizing versatility and two-way play. In Orlando's final playoff game of the season, a must-win Game 4 against the Celtics, Cole Anthony played just 2 minutes. A player once seen as the face of the rebuild had become a non-factor when it mattered most. It wasn't a dramatic fall, it was slow, subtle, and maybe even inevitable once Orlando's true core arrived. All in all, Cole Anthony's story reminds you how quickly the NBA can shift. One year you're the future of the franchise, a few seasons later you're fighting for a role. It's not that Cole lacks talent, he still has that spark that made him one of my favorite high school players to watch. But at this level, athletic gifts and shot making alone aren't enough. You have to evolve, fit into winning structures, and adapt when the game demands it. Right now, Cole feels stuck between what he was projected to become and what he's being asked to be. If there's another chapter in his career, it'll start with accepting a new role, not trying to chase the old one. Whether he embraces being a spark plug scorer or finds the right situation to reignite his purpose, His fight to stay relevant is still being written. Salute, much respect to one of my favorite players to watch, but for these reasons, his growth is being stunted. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth, and I'm out.